Hi, I'm Daniela. I'm from Toronto, or maybe I should say Toronto, Canada. I've been in Berlin for 7 years. I first came to Berlin kind of on a whim, didn't know anything about the city. Then I found out what the city is like and decided to stay. But now I'm doing a PhD. And so in my 7 years, I've of course noticed some differences and similarities between Berlin and Toronto. The main similarity is that people from each city talk about how multicultural the city is. But for me, there are different types of multiculturalism. Of course, that's also due to my relationship to each city. But I would say in Toronto, the multiculturalism, for me at least, is second generation, but also more varied than in Berlin. So growing up, my best friends were from Sri Lanka, the Philippines, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Hong Kong, kind of everywhere. My own father is from Italy. Some of these friends, it was just their parents who were from these places, or they themselves were born there and came to Canada. Also, another thing, people always say that the United States is a melting pot, but in Canada we say that we're a mosaic, because people don't assimilate so much. We all keep our own cultures, but we all fit together. We'll have meals at each other's homes, but we're not all exactly the same under the surface. Whereas in Berlin, the multiculturalism, I myself am an expat, so this of course will affect my experience, but the multiculturalism is more people my age coming into the city. They all speak different languages. English is, for me at least, generally the lingua franca. For example, my boyfriend is Greek, and I have a few Greek friends, and I find it kind of strange that Greek people my age have an accent, because for me, Greek people with an accent are like 85 years old. So I would say in Berlin, the multiculturalism is newer, not quite as broad-reaching as in Toronto, outside of academia at least. But also geographically, the cities are a bit different. What I love about Berlin is that it's a lot of different pockets, like all the different Bezirks or Kiez that you can visit. There's no real center, whereas in Toronto there's one downtown and everything kind of goes out from there. Then that's my experience of Berlin and Toronto.